Man, am I pumped to be here today. It's so good to see everybody today. It is June 1st and it is time to roll the month. And also, I'm going to give you the lowdown on 4 must have sales conversations. I am going to make sure that the stream is running, and we're going to check that out right here. Make sure that is happening, and then we're just going to get into it. I don't have a lot of time today because I need to do sales work at 2:30, so I have to keep this to 9 minutes. I'll do my best to make this happen, but I got the stuff I'm going to show you is definitely going to help you do your sales work with a lot of efficiency and make sure that you're really set up for success here in June. And all the stream is up, which is amazing. So every month, at the beginning of the month, today's June 1st, I do something that I call rolling the month. So I basically take stock of what happened in last month, set myself up for success for the new month, and then go ahead and get that all laid out so that when it comes to daily sales activity, that I'm just ready to dive right in and make it happen. So I'm gonna lower this down just a little bit here. Let's go with that. Okay, awesome. So rolling the month is super easy. Here, I have it over here on this whiteboard, and basically all this is doing is really going ahead, and we can turn this, boom, we have the technology, is really just taking a look at your current state. So, a lot of businesses call these KPIs or key performance indicators, but in sales, I really think of it as leading and lagging indicators. So leading indicators are things like number of direct outreach that you did, number of engagement calls that you had, number of strategy sessions that you booked and conducted, number of offers that you made. So those things are forecasting what is you're actually gonna end up with in the month. The other thing is lagging indicators is really new clients and new revenue. So you want to look at that and you want to see how you did compared to the goal that you set. And the other thing you want to do is you want to balance your checkbook, and this is part of being in relationship with money. So you just want to understand how much money you have, and you also want to do we'll get over that, but this is where you also want to do your budget, and you also want to set your goals. So this is where you want to set basically your new client goal, okay? And this is where you want to do your budget. And budgeting is something that I learned through experience, paying off somewhere around $135,000 worth of debt via Dave Ramsey. And Dave Ramsey really helped me get an understanding of how to do zero-based budgeting. So you just want to do your budget, you want to set your new client goal. So, whatever this is, whether it's 4 or 40 or whatever you want. Then you take this goal, and this budget is basically around letting you figure out what type of investments you want to make. So you're basically spending the money that you're forecasting ahead of time so that you are operating your business from a place of intention and not from security, because you're trying to grow your business. So you're going to have to make investments, and you want to decide strategically ahead of time what those are. And so you're not reacting to what's coming in. So then once you have this goal, you're going to go ahead and you're going to take this over and you're going to turn this into daily activity. So like at 2:30 today, I know how many phone calls I'm going to make. I know how many strategy sessions I have to book today. I know how many offers I have to make to be able to get the clients that I really want to get. So you break that all down. So this is really, I'd call this lead generating. You also want to get nurtures. This is your relationship building activity, and then you want to basically get your sales activity in there. So once you have your activity all laid out, you want to lock that in with a solid mindset. The way that I love to do that is write out my goals on a note card. Note card, C-A-R-D. Be clear about what I want, right? And then the key with this, what you want, this is really, I can break this down easily. Thinking, feeling, action, okay? And the way that I like that, you should all be able to see that, so thinking, feeling, action. And the way that I like to set that up from a behavior standpoint to reinforce that is 2 ways. Is one, calendaring your day and using that as a container to make sure you are consistent in your sales work and using time blocks. And then the other thing I like to do is just rewarding myself and taking time throughout the day to reward myself and love on myself with how well I am doing. So roll the month, do that. Once you roll the month, go ahead and get yourself a steak dinner. So let's switch over here to 4 sales conversations everyone has to have. And so what is so cool about this is it's a little 2-for-1 today here. So what is so cool about this is once you have these sales conversations, you don't really have to think about these. And a lot of consultants and coaches and sales trainers will go ahead and give you scripts. And the problem with scripts is you understand the words, but you miss the flow of the conversation and what's really happening in the conversation. So you don't have a context for what is happening in the conversation. In Tim Grover's book, Relentless, and Tim Grover coached Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, he talks about coaches that are X and O guys, which can break everything down, but they don't really understand the flow of the conversation. So the key thing with sales conversations is to really understand the fundamental components that go into a sales conversation, okay? And once you understand kind of the flow of the conversation, then you can design your own conversations, or you can work with someone to design those conversations. So I'm going to share the 4 key conversations that you have to have, which are voice, 2, social, 3, email, and 4, sales or I call them strategy sessions, discovery, fit assessments. So those 4 you want to write out in your own words, but you want to have an understanding of how to write those out. And so the flow of these in general is being clear about your intention, showing up to help, stories, and then questions. Boom. Okay. So intention, help, stories, questions, and one of the foundations that these conversations are built on is really just your overall, you can call it, I call it a brand playbook, but it's not like colors and fonts and style guides. It's really the core fundamentals of your business model. It's things like, what do you do? Who's your target audience? What's your offer? What are the pain points you solve? How do you go about doing whatever you do? So this brand playbook is critical and is actually the starting point. So once you have kind of those fundamental business model things in place. You just write them all down in the brand playbook, and then you take that and you design these 4 conversations, and you're pretty much ready to do sales activity every single day. And you can get as many clients as you want. You can comfortably show up to do sales work, and you take those and you just plug them right in here into the activity that you want to do. So I love designing sales conversations for sales teams and helping really build successful sales teams that are empowered with the tools needed to have really amazing conversations with people. And so if you're looking for any help with your sales conversations, reach out to me. If you need help building a successful sales team and you just want to have a conversation about what's going on in your business to create some clarity, or talk about anything you may be struggling with that we can create some new awareness around and move your business forward really quickly, go ahead and just reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have an amazing day. And now I have to go do sales work because that is a new value that I'm adopting in June, just really to make a sale every single day. So I wish you the best in your sales activity, and I'll see you all on Wednesday.